Hi friends, and welcome back to the Living Well with Bipolar Disorder channel. This is Patty, and in today's video I want to talk about something that doesn't get talked about often, which is goal setting, and particularly goal setting if you have bipolar disorder or almost any other mental health challenge. The reason I wanted to make this video is partly due to kind of what I'm going through right now, and also I think it might be helpful for people. And the reason I think that is because oftentimes, if you're like me, you struggle with setting goals because you don't know, in 3 months how you're going to be feeling, if you're going to have any kind of mood change. So I think it's pretty difficult in that. And then also I know, well, I think almost everybody does this, but particularly people with mental illness tend to downplay their abilities and be pretty hard on themselves if something doesn't go right. Like I said, a lot of people are like that, but I particularly struggle with that. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I think the first thing to consider is that I think a lot of people greatly underestimate their abilities to achieve what they want to achieve. And I think, especially if it's related to mental illness, it is really difficult because even for me, it's really, I've talked about this on the channel before. Hi. Oliver has to say hi. I've talked about it on the channel before, and that I have most of my depression in the spring. I don't know what's going on with this year, but my depressions are in the spring, and so it's really difficult for me to set goals for springtime because usually every year I struggle, and so I kind of think to myself, kind of in a negative way, well, why would I set any goals? I'm probably not going to achieve them because I'll be so depressed. Now, that has been my experience in the past, but over time I've learned that you kind of just have to go ahead and set goals and do your best to achieve them. And if you don't, you just have to be very kind to yourself and realize that it's not a character flaw. There's nothing wrong with you. It just happens to be you have this mental illness, and it presents different challenges that other people might face. Oliver's walking around. And so number one, really try not to underestimate yourself and your abilities despite your mental illness and mental health challenges. And also, I think one very important thing to do is to really avoid comparing yourself to other people. I'm guilty of that. I'm getting better at it as I get older, I think. But yeah, try not to compare yourself to other people. I think, everybody in life faces certain challenges, but I think they're kind of elevated a little bit oftentimes with people with mental illness. And so things might happen slower for us, but they still can happen. For instance, for me, it took a while to get through college because I usually had to I could only work I could only go to college part-time. That's about as much as I could handle. And so that took longer. And then also anytime I would have a mood episode, a depressive episode, then oftentimes I would have to drop out of school. And so it took me a long time. It took me, I think in total, probably like 8 years to finish college. But I knew along the way I just had to be patient and kind of work with myself and work with my illness in order to finally achieve that goal. And so keep that in mind, that things might happen slower for you because you do have to kind of readjust your plans oftentimes due to how you're feeling. And you may have to adjust your plans, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to be patient, and things are just going to take longer. For me, one important thing with goal setting is they have to be realistic. And I know oftentimes if you're the opposite of depression, if you're in a manic phase or hypomania, we tend to set goals that are not necessarily achievable or appropriate. And so it really helps to plan out your goals before you go. Just have a plan while you're well, and stick with that rather than setting some bizarre, crazy goal. I think those are fun, and if they work, that's awesome. But sometimes that'll just kind of let us down a little bit if our goal was not achievable. But overall, like I said, don't underestimate yourself. You're probably capable, more capable than you think you are, of achieving your goal. For me, I set a lot of athletic goals. I'm a runner, and so I look forward to races that I want to accomplish and finish. And so that's a lot of where my goals are centered around. But you could have, some other interest, some other hobby, or some other dream that you want to achieve. So again, try not to underestimate yourself, and definitely don't compare yourself to other people. We just move kind of on a different plane, and sometimes we move slower, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you if you do that. In my experience, that's just how things have gone for me. They just go slower, and I just stick with it and do the best I can. Now, I'm saying this in a time where I am feeling better. I was going through quite a depression earlier, mix of PTSD and depression. And so right now I'm able to set goals. I'm feeling better. I'm looking forward to summertime. I'm hoping to kind of skirt by spring in terms of my mood episode, which usually shifts to depression. And so that's kind of how I think about it. Like, I don't want to just be all kind of look at it in sort of a doom way. I want to just act like everything's going to go fine, and I'm going to be fine, and work with it that way, instead of thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to do anything because I know I'm just going to get depressed this spring. So those are a couple of my ideas. Yeah, so I'm going to start working on my goals. Maybe I'll share a video of what my goals for the year are, especially my running goals. But I would love to hear in the comment section what your goals are and how you go about setting your own goals as somebody with a mental health issue or mental health struggle. So yeah, put those in the comment, and then also in the comment section, let me know what kinds of videos you would like to see. I would love to take your input and turn them into a video so that more and more people can gather that information and learn and grow. And most of all, I just do these videos so people don't feel so alone. And that's one of my primary goals. So anyway, drop that stuff in the comment section below, and subscribe to this channel if you want more videos like this. Also follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description box below. Again, yes, it's mostly photos of Oliver, but like I said in other videos, he just warms my heart, and I think he warms other people's hearts. So I think it really helps to have that Instagram to kind of brighten everybody's day. So yes, follow me on Instagram, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.